Good afternoon. I'm Julie Novak, and it's my honor for James C. Conant High School. Class of 2021, we're here. We're in person, and it didn't rain. So we are so happy to be here. Sun's peeking out a little bit too for us. Thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate our seniors who have earned special honors as soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2021. At this time, I'd like to introduce some individuals who will be a part of the award ceremony this evening. Representing the District 211 Board of Education is Board President, Mrs. Anna Klumpitz. Representing District 211 Administration is Dr. Mary Pat Cronis, Assistant Director of Special Education. There are a host of people involved in today's program. Our music department chair, Mr. Tim Cole, will serve as our commentator. Tonight's readers are Mr. Stephen Kirkus of the Math Department and Mr. Eric Jacobson of the Social Studies Department. Representing the administrative team at Conant High School are Assistant Principal Mark Langer, Assistant Principal Jeanette Ardell, Assistant Principal Dane Henning, Assistant Principal Janu Joseph, Director of Student Services Bridget Kane, and Dean of Students David Short. I would like to recognize our department chairs and department representatives who are not only content experts in their area, but who more importantly serve all of our students with an earnest dedication and a commitment that is second to none. Department chairs, please stand. And department representatives as well. Supervisor, who also organized and re-envisioned our program for today. And I'd love to thank our parents. Mahatma Gandhi said there's no school equal to a decent home and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent. Thank you for being virtuous and for doing your most important job very, very well. Students, we're so proud of your hard work, accomplishments, your education, and more importantly, we're proud that you're quality individuals and fine citizens. Today serves as the beginning to the end of your high school experience, and we can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Conant's distinguished alumnus for 2021, Rear Admiral Robert C. Nowakowski. Rear Admiral Robert Nowakowski is a 1988 alumnus of Conant High School and a 1992 graduate of Northwestern University with a bachelor's degree in science and biomedical engineering. He is also a graduate of San Diego University with a Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, a Master of Business Administration from California State University, San Marcos, and a Technical Engineer Program Management certification from Stanford University. As a designated Surface Warfare Officer and Joint Qualified Officer, Nowakowski earned his Joint Professional Military Education from the Air Force's Air Command and Staff College at Maxwell Air Force Base and Joint Forces Staff College. He's a graduate of the Navy Senior Leadership Seminar course and a member of the Secretary of the Navy's National Navy Reserve Policy Board. His mobilizations include Deputy Branch Chief, Engagements Division, and Director of Training, Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa in Djibouti, Africa, and support of Operation Enduring Freedom. His command tours include LCS Seaframe Detachment 103, U.S. 3rd Fleet Joint Forces Maritime Component Command Detachment Phoenix, Commander, Navy Region Southwest Regional Operations Center, and Commander, Naval Surface Force, U.S. Pacific Fleet Headquarters. His awards include the Legion of Merit, 3 awards, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, 3 awards, Navy Commendation Medal, 7 awards, Navy Achievement Medal, 3 awards, Navy Battle Efficiency E, 2 awards, Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal, 4 awards, and various service, expeditionary unit, and campaign awards. It's my honor to present this year's Distinguished Alumni Award to Rear Admiral Robert C. Nowakowski.
Wow, I set some high expectations on that intro there, Julie. Thank you. Hey, it's such a great honor to be here. For many reasons. One, for the honor of the Alumni Award, but also it's a great opportunity to come back and visit Chicago. I haven't been here in about a year, and get to see how the locations and the places that I grew up with have changed for the good. And also it's a great opportunity to visit my mom, Ruth, here. And I haven't been able to see her for about a year because of the COVID, and also it's also Mother's Day tomorrow, so what a great opportunity. So I want to thank the staff for perfectly timing this. I really appreciate it, and it all worked out well, so thank you guys. All right, I was told I had about 30 minutes, but I'll try to keep it short. Just kidding. But hey, thanks for the amazing introduction. I'm so happy to be here and talk with the staff. Earlier, I had an amazing tour of the building. It was about 35, 40 minutes long, and there was so much to see, and a lot of memories came back. So thank you for the tour and the hospitality so far. It's really, really good for that, and I look forward to the dinner afterwards as well. A couple things I wanted to talk about today, and I only have about 10 minutes or so. I can ramble on, but I wanted to talk about leadership. I don't know how I got this award. I'm assuming one of my buddies wrote this up for me, so I owe him one, I guess. But I wanted to give you my perspective on what I think a leader is. And to me, leader is not a finite term, it's actually a process. So I'm going to walk you through some of the thoughts I wrote down on my paper this last week as I prepared for this. And here we go. So before I came here, I actually went back and I looked at my 1988 Conant yearbook that I bought, and I looked at myself and go, man, you changed a lot. One, you got less hair, a few more wrinkles, but looking back, I think the changes have been positive. At least that's what I've been told. So I wanted to go through my experiences in the last 30 years on why I'm standing in front of you, and I think every opportunity is available for each and every one of you to actually be up here in my place in the next couple years, the next 20 years or so. So to think, so what is leadership to me, Rob Nowakowski? Well, to me, leadership is a process. It's not just a term or a finite moment, it's actually a process. And it's the process of social influence which maximizes the efforts of others towards achieving a common goal. So with that, why do I call it a process? Well, to me, it's something that's constantly changing, something that needs to be refined and constantly iterated over time. Because if I felt that I never needed to be improved or changed over time, and I was the best leader in high school that I could be, then there's probably something that I'm missing out on, and then those others around me that are missing out on too. So one of the things I really think about leadership when I talk to others is it's the continuous learning. As you saw in my bio, I love to learn. Every day I'm learning something different. I learned many things about the people I met today, and I also learned more things about the high school, different programs that are available, and it's all really intriguing. So what I challenge you all, you grads and parents and all those leaders, constantly question, ask, be innovative, be agile, think about new ways of doing things. So that's something that I really take to heart, and that's why you notice on my bio, I just like diversity, and I like to do different things because it just makes you a better rounded person, and it makes you a better leader. Because the more you know about different things, the more you can educate others on what those are about, and also you have the opportunity to meet other people and learn things that they know that you don't know. So that's what I would recommend to you all. Also, I recommend continually reading. I'm not talking about 500-600 page books, but just get interested in certain things, publications, articles, social media events, and just keep reading and learning, because that's part of the education process of becoming a better leader as well. And bottom line is, a process is all about sets and reps. Conant High School's teams, they do a lot of sets and reps in order to get good, right? So leadership is the same thing. It's about doing sets and reps, which means you continuously do things over and over and you tweak things. I'm a little bit different as a flag officer, and what I mean by that is I'm a naval officer, reached the flag rank of admiral, but I'm a little bit different because I'm also what they call a reserve officer. And what I mean by that is, what was read by the principal was my military background. I've also got a pretty diverse civilian background as well. So I work at Qualcomm as a senior staff engineer, and I've been at the same company for 23 years. And so leadership in a civilian company is the same process as it is in the military. There's no difference. It's all about working with people and getting to understand what people can and can't do and helping them through the process to get to the maximum achievable goal that you've set. So, a couple things. How did I learn my leadership skills? Well, prior to high school, I went to Devonshire and Friendship and displaying. I was on the sports teams. I wasn't that good at sports, but I learned a lot of leadership abilities. I learned what not to do, and I learned what to do. And I learned how to get along with people. I also in the band. Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts offered me the opportunity to learn a lot of organizational skills and learn leadership abilities as well. Family outings. My parents were always good about bringing us on family outings during the summers and during breaks and having social gatherings with friends and family. You learn a lot of leadership there too. Playing with friends outside, G.I. Joes, Matchbox cards, climbing trees, playing baseball. You learn a lot of leadership skills there too. So my point is, I learned a lot of leadership before I even came to Conant High School, but it wasn't really the leadership that I needed to excel in the outside world. However, at Conant, I was on the soccer team. We weren't that good, but we got along really well, and we learned how to work with one another. And we always fought and fought and fought to win. We had pride. I was a member of the work-study program, which is still, I just noticed it's still around. That's awesome. I learned a lot of abilities on how to work with employees and some of the conflicts and challenges they had in the real workforce. And I adapted and overcame, and I asked a lot of questions to my teacher, and through iterations through that semester, I learned about leadership. I was also in the band and learned a lot of leadership there too. I also talked to my teachers and used them as mentors. So I think that's really important. Teachers have a wealth of experience. They've got some pretty amazing degrees, and they have a lot of knowledge, and they have a lot of networks. So I recommend they've got a lot of leadership knowledge too. So use them as mentors. And then obviously, when I reached college, I learned leadership through college as well. One, a little bit more formal, when I was in the Navy ROTC program, the Reserve Officer Training, they take you through leadership curriculum and how to be a good leader, and how to maintain the maritime superiority of this nation that we all need in order to do our daily lives, so we have the freedoms that we have. So there's a lot of leadership courses that I had to take in college on how to deal with challenges and stress and wartime scenarios. I was on the crew team. I found out it was pretty tough. Took me a while to figure out how to row, but we rowed as a team, and we had a lot of good leadership on that team. The fraternity I was in a social chair of the fraternity. That was interesting and challenging at times. Learned a lot of leadership then too. And afterwards, working for Qualcomm. I've been in multiple roles at Qualcomm, doing 5 different jobs, moving around every couple of years. Some of them because I wanted to have more challenge, and I wanted to take a different leadership role and responsibility, and take more scope of responsibility, so I learned. I did have my ups and downs as well, but you know what? You get back up and you be persistent and resilient. That's what the military taught me to do. One last point on my history of leadership. I've been married for 26 years. If you can't say that I've got learning some leadership abilities with 2 kids, I think you got to include the family as well. I think you learn a lot about leadership while you're going through that journey. So I would challenge you all on that as well. So my bottom line is, you're constantly learning. I've been learning leadership throughout my life since I was a little boy, and I will continue to learn and adapt and become a better leader until the day I die. A couple last points, and then I'll turn it over to the master ceremonies. One thing I wrote down that's of most companies, most organizations, and I know Conant does, is you have a vision and you have a mission, and there's what they call an ethos, usually surrounding where you work. A lot of what I learned in my leadership ability came from the Navy. One of them was because they have an outstanding value, core value, honor, courage, and commitment. How do you maintain honor, courage, commitment through leadership? The other one, I would challenge you. The Navy CNO, Chief of Navy Operations, they have what's called a Naval Leadership Development Framework. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but 3 key things I think everybody should know from this. It's called the 3 C's. 1, a good leader has character, integrity, trust, somebody that you can count on. The character of a leader is very important. You should be doing things that you would not be embarrassed to see your grandma on the front of the New York Times or the front of the local newspaper, right? So when no one's looking at you, you should be doing the right thing. Your character is constantly being looked at, especially as a flag officer. I'm constantly being looked at. And it's the perception of others that drives the reality sometimes. The character is really important. The second C, competency. You can be the nicest person and have the best character, but if you don't have the competency, the skill set that you need to do the job, you probably need a little bit more training, a little bit more education, a little bit more development. So competency is something that's very important in leadership. You may not be the subject matter expert of everything, but you need to know who to go to in order to get the job done. I think I changed jobs about 12 times in my career. I'm probably not the most subject matter expert on everything I've done, but I can guarantee you, I count on those people that report to me to get the job done. And the reason I count on them to get the job done, to work with me, is the last C. And the last C is what we call connections. They had to come up with another C. I would call it relationships or networking. Because you don't have the connections, I don't think anybody in these bleachers or myself or anybody standing behind me knows everything. I can guarantee I don't. But I know a lot of smart people and a lot of people that have amazing abilities that can do it for me or with me or alongside, right? So one of the things I would challenge those graduates and also everybody else here, including myself, daily is don't burn your bridges. Make connections. I think I make probably 10 or 20 connections a day. Just people ask me questions, I don't know the answer, but I'll tell them somebody who does know the answer, and it makes me feel good. So I would say 3 C's: character, competency, and connections. Just think about those 3 things on a daily basis, and you'll probably end up being a great leader. The final things I have to say, I just want to recommend 3 books. I'm an engineer, I'm not a big reader, but I do read on airplanes and I like small books. So I'm going to give you a couple recommendations. Here you go. 1, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance by Dr. Angela Duckworth. Most people, say grit, that's something that you eat. I had to actually look up the definition because I didn't know what it was. Now I do. I read the book. Basically, it talks about how parents, educators, students, and business people, both seasoned and new, find outstanding achievements through perseverance, coming at it from a different angle, maybe asking a different type of a question, maybe asking the question 3 days from now instead of today because the environment changed. The bottom line is, if you got a good idea and you want to get it done, keep asking in a different way and maybe ask different people. You'd be surprised at how far you can go. So that would be one book I would recommend. It's a quick read. Number 2, The Warrior Ethos by Stephen Pressfield, a retired Army vet. It's a real thin book. Most people say, oh, that's a military book. Why are you talking about warriors? This talks about the Spartans and the methodology that they used in the old days. But the bottom line is, after I read it, and I go to a corporate job in San Diego, working projects, I feel like a warrior sometimes when I'm working on a project. And that's basically what the book says. It says it's not only for men and women in uniform, but artists, entrepreneurs, and other warriors in other walks of life, and talks about mental toughness. We all need to be mentally tough, overcoming obstacles and challenges, because if you can do that, you can overcome everything. And the last one, it's kind of funny. It's called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, and it's by Robert Fulghum. In fact, I read this book. It was part of the Navy curriculum, and it was probably one of the most funniest but really serious books that I read. So I'm going to list you off a couple recommendations. So the author says, keep it simple. The secret to leadership and getting along and succeeding in life are the following. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Does it sound like your mom and dad? Clean up your mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. I think I've heard each one of those thousands of times from my mom and dad. But they're so true. I know I took a couple minutes over, but I wanted to just thank you for having me here today. It's been an honor to share some of my experiences and to hope to make some of you a little bit better in the world tomorrow and for the days to come. Make the most of it. Keep learning and leading. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rear Admiral. I am Tim Cole, and I have the privilege of being the music department chair at Conant. I will act as the commentator for this evening's ceremony. This year, we are asking that you stand up, give a little wave when you hear your name announced, and then resume seating. At this time, we'll begin with our first academic recognition. The Richard C. Colsey Academic Achievement Award was established to honor the top seniors who have attained the highest grade point average in either the weighted or unweighted grade point categories. Your hard work has certainly paid off. When you hear your name, please stand up, give a little wave, and please take your seat. Please hold your applause until then.
Sahiti Ankireti. Chloe Barna. Anushri Banderi. Hannah Bajoy. Akshay Brambad. Noel Campos. Nicholas Chen. Alishpa Chowdhury. Connor Conti. Ashley Sear. Alexa Emos. Emily Denna. Shreya Deshpande. Lillian Devereaux. Jaskaran Dillon. Sadaf Farsi. Maria Fang. Nicholas Frank. Aurelia Leina, Skylar Gao, Julia Yelchinski, Julia Goodwin, Carissa Hahn, Samantha Henry, Serene Hussein, Megan Jha, Lumpy Jane, Neha Takuturu, Shreya Agwala, Sanya Kaja, Christian Kim, Megumi Komoto, Ree Mura, Hannah Large, Evan Lee, Claire Liberio, Simran Mahajan, Jessica Malecki, Yulia Markowski, Mia Matusiak, Avril El Maro, Abhinav Nayak, Anika Palkiwala, Reina Parnell, Ashay Parikh, Madison Park, Aryan Patel, Dev Patel, Dimple Patel, Kushi Patel, Ray Patel, Annie Fan, Sanjana Rajesh, Aparna Sarma, Matthew Schmidt, Rebecca Schultz, Arina Shah, Rohan Shah, Rayan Siddiqui, Danielle Smith, Kai Smith, Jessica States, Dia Thomas, Christian Tanshaw, Greta Uresti, Adia Verma, Brooke Wardman, Catherine Waterman, Gabriel Zack, Vivian Zhao, L. Ziminin.
The patterns of behavior students set for themselves in high school remain with them long after they leave here. For this reason, habits of responsibility, such as regular attendance, are encouraged and rewarded. We are proud of the 6 seniors who have had perfect attendance throughout their 740 days of high school. Will these 6 seniors stand up, please?
You're okay. Dalia Esquivel, Amelia Philippek, Sonia Hajo, Stefan Lazic, Jasmine Mundi, Greta Uriste,
The ACT, which is taken by nearly 93% of America's college-bound students in Illinois, is comprised of tests in English, mathematics, reading, and science reasoning. Each test is scored on a scale from 1 to 36, and a student's score is the average of the 4 test scores. On average, less than 1/10 of 1% of all ACT test takers earns a top score. Out of the more than 1.6 million students who took the ACT in 2020, just 5,579 students got a score of 36. That is 0.334%. We would now like to recognize the one student from Conant who received a perfect score on their ACT.
I'd like the student to please stand and be recognized. Ashay Parikh.
At this time, I would like to ask Elizabeth Paveza, President of the Conant Boosters, to present the Conant Booster Scholarships.
The Conant Boosters are proud to recognize two students with a scholarship recognizing them for all their hard work as students. Please stand up when you hear your name. The recipients of the $1,500 Conant Booster Scholarships are Maria Fang and Sherry Parikh. The recipients of the $1,000 Conant Booster Scholarships are Shreya Bhatti, Ritika Baladila, Ashley Sear, Samantha Henry, Megan Jha, Radhi Jain, Evan Lee, Julia Markowski, Avril Piel Morrow, Soham Patel, Sanjana Ravi, Matthew Schmidt, Catherine Waterman, and Lauren Ewing. Our next booster scholarship is a special award honoring the legacy of our former principal, Joseph F. Conant. He led Conant through many great successes. I am confident the recipient of this award will continue with his legacy. The recipient of the Joseph F. Schlender Scholarship is Christian Kim. Our final booster scholarship is an additional award to honor the legacy of our previous principal, Tim Cannon. In his 9 years at Conant, he led Conant High School through many great successes. The recipient of this award reflects his great leadership traits to promote and foster the ideals of academic success. The recipient of the Timothy W. Cannon Scholarship is Keegan Whiteside. Congratulations, fellow recipients.
Every year, one scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior whose parents have been a member of the Conant Band Parents Club. Applicants are asked to describe which music-related activities they've participated in, how they feel about music, what the music department has meant to them, and what advice they would share with underclassmen. This year's recipient is Catherine Waterman. The next group of awards includes the Conant Academic, Illinois State Scholar, and Presidential Awards. Seniors who have attained a 3.5 grade point average accumulated through the first 7 semesters of high school receive the Conant Academic Achievement Award. To be eligible for the Illinois State Scholar Award, seniors must perform in the top 1/2 of their high school class at the end of their junior year and or score at or above the 95th percentile on the ACT or SAT. Seniors receiving the Presidential Award for Academic Excellence have attained a 3.5 grade point average accumulated through the first 7 semesters of high school have scored at the 85th percentile on either the ACT or SAT and have taken 12 credits in any of the following areas: English, mathematics, science, social studies, foreign language, and computer science. Seniors, please stand up as you hear your name called, give a little wave, and then resume seating. Please hold your applause until all the names have been announced.
Sanjana Adenki, Abigail Alcantara, Tyler Alexander, Peyton Angeles, Zahiti Inkireddy, Diana Avila, Georgia Vikopoulos, Valsal Balababu, Natalie Viren, Chloe Barna, Sean Beckman, Morgan Felcher, Calandra Bessemer, Anushri Pandiri, Shreya Bhatti, Soham Bole, Anna Bejoy, Casey Balicki, Ryan Blakely, Rutika Oladula, Akshay Rambat, Liam Brennan, Tyler Berkland, Olivia Kabor, Peter Kabor, Leslie Calderon Romero, Noel Campos, Jenna Carr, Anne-Marie Catalan, Shramin Chakrabuti, Nicholas Chen, Yamin Chen, Raquel Chitramilla, David Cho, Alishba Chowdhury, Ajani Todd, Connor Conti, Ramilet Cortez, Camden Cosgrove, Ashley Sear, Daniel Sear, Anthony Dave, Alexa Demos, Emily Dana, Michael Duresh, Shreya Deshpande, Liliane Devereaux, Jeshkarn Dillon, Hannah Babette, Alyssa DeJoya, Aaron Dror, Thomas Alkin, Allie Balconi, Leah Huat, Sadat Farsi, Maria Fang, Martin Ferris, Miley Fidali, Amelia Philippek, Anthony Fioravanti, Julia Fleischaker, Tuss Foley, Elianella Franshaw, Nicholas Frank, Aiden Franklin, Cleo Franklin, Malik Frederick, Doralia Dana, Jay Gandhi, Skylar Gao, Marco Garcia, Michelle Glenfund, Heidi Anna Gerhardt, Julia Gilchinsky, Jason Geringer, Julia Goodwin, Mia Grimaldi, Samiksha Gudunti, Abi Gadur, Zainab Gamaskilich, Sanvi Gupta, Lauren Hall, Katrina Heyman, Marissa Hahn, Christy Hansen, Samantha Henry, Kyla Herb, Lily Hirsch, Alan Hodzik, Will Hufke, Kaylin Polian, Jack Hominek, Tessa Hornstein, Andrew Horwitz, Serene Hussein, Ala Hussein, Hannah Quinn, Megan Ja, Lovey James, Morgan James, George Joseph, Neha Takaturu, Tia Marie Katzman, Shreya Katwala, Martin Hanley, Sanya Kaja, Donna Kati, Christian Kim, David Kim, Haley Kim, Hogan Kim, Chandro Sai Kodali, Victoria Kolova, Megumi Komoto, Ri Kimura, Gabriel LeVay, Jocelyn Lapietis, Hannah Large, Stephen Lachek, Evan Lee, Claire Liberio, Marissa Lakari, Tara Lovis, Simran Mahajan, Jessica Malaki, Malaki, Julia Markowski, Camilla Matra, Nina Matusiak, Abril Biel Morrow, Aaron McCardle, Molly McFadden, Joseph McLaughlin, Aiden Mercado, Olivia Besurgis, Jessica Miller, Benjamin Mitchell, Ria Moriel, Abina Nayak, Sean O'Brien, Caleb O, Taylor Okamoto, Natsuki Ono, Monica Osovsky, Anika Pakawala, Christina Therese Hanalolo, Rena Moreno, Ashay Puri, Madison Park, Anjali Patel, Aryan K. Patel, Aryan S. Patel, Ayush Patel, Dev Patel, Dimple Patel, Disha Patel, Kayur Patel, Kushi Patel, Nisho Patel, Rai Patel, Rihanna Patel, Riddhi Patel, Rishi Patel, Arushi Paul, Hannah Perkle, Annie Fawn, Adrian Pittman, Connor Planka, Sanjana Rajesh, Amy Reyes, Nina Rogers, Aaron Samakowiski, Giselle Sanchez, Aparna Sarma, Victoria Schimpf, Matthew Schmidt, Morgan Schobel, Ellen Schroeder, Rebecca Schultz, Joseph Seago, Arena Shaw, Harsh Shah, Rishi Shah, Rohan Shah, Sanji Shah, Kiernan Shannon, Raj Shiani, Rayan Siddiqui, Sunny Singh, Gemma Squares, Danielle Smith, Kai Smith, Shabani Nia, Andrea Solecki, Jessica States, Cheyenne Suzuki, Sarah Tosher, George Kofi, Kushi Thacker, Dia Thomas, Jason Thomas, Christian Tunchev, Bianca Torres, Zoe Urani, Retta Uriste, Adia Verma, Joshan Verdi, Shreya Wadwa, Brooke Wortman, Catherine Waterman, Matthew Weepert, Ryan Weepert, Michaela Wheatley, Tegan Whiteside, Emma Wilkerka, Genevieve Wolf, Chandler Yang, Arshida Yara, Thomas Yu, Alyssa Yu, Lauren Yoon, Gabriel Zach, Vivian Zhao, Holly Zaglinski, L. Zimianen, Jacob Zawicki.
This year, we have a new scholarship that was offered. I would like to introduce Mr. Austin Sobey, who is a counselor and one of the sponsors of the Pride Mentor Program.
Good evening. My name is Austin Sobey, and I'm representing our Pride Freshman Mentor Program. Our peer-led group focuses on our upperclassmen creating a supportive environment for all of our freshman students. We've had some phenomenal junior and senior leaders over the years. I take great pleasure today in introducing our first annual Pride Mentor of the Year scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to a senior who reflected our program's core values by going above and beyond in their service to our school community. Our scholarship recipient worked tirelessly to create a community for our freshmen at Conant High School. She worked closely with administration this past summer to assist in implementation of student tours during COVID-19 while creating virtual opportunities for our freshmen learning from home. She was always the first of our executive board members to volunteer to do any task, be it designing t-shirts, communicating with teachers, developing mentor training, and so much more. She set the bar high for our future leaders. Congratulations to Shivani Vyas and your recognition as the first ever Pride Mentor of the Year. Thank you, Shivani.
I would like to invite Assistant Principal Jeanette Ardell up to the stage to present the Mary Ann Dillon Golden Rule Award.
Mary Ann Dillon was a secretary in the discipline office of Conant for 30 years. The person receiving the Mary Ann Dillon Award is a student who's exhibited the values that Mary Ann Dillon held dear. These are respect, self-control, and perseverance. This year we have 3 recipients, one from each team. From the red team, Nate Smith. From the white team, Jeffrey Travasio. And from the blue team, Abs Ramos.
The National Hispanic Recognition Program, NHRP, identifies academically outstanding Hispanic and Latino high school students. Each year, the NHRP honors about 5,000 of the highest scoring students from over 250,000 Hispanic and Latino juniors who take the PSAT and NMSQT. These students are from the United States, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, the Mariana Islands, the Marshall Islands, as well as any U.S. citizens attending schools abroad. The students who are being recognized by the National Hispanic Recognition Program are Matthew Schmidt and Jessica States. Conant High School is proud to acknowledge students in the National Merit Scholarship Program. The National Merit Scholarship Program recognizes students who have achieved outstanding scores in 3 categories: commended students, semifinalists, and finalists. The following students scored among the top 50,000 nationwide on the preliminary Scholastic Aptitude Test and National Merit Scholarship Qualification Test, and have been designated as commended students. Please stand up and wave when your name is called.
Tyler Alexander, Anushri Bandari, Shraman Chakraborty, Alexa Demos, Michael Duresh, Julia Galchinsky, Mihai Pakaturu, Christian Kim, Evan Lee, Jessica Malaki, Abhinav Nayak, Taylor Okamoto, Anika Palkiwala, Alshay Park, Aryan Patel, Kushi Patel, Rahi Patel, Connor Plonka, Aparna Sarma, Jessica States, Dia Thomas, Adia Verma, Catherine Waterman, Matthew Weeper, Gabriel Zach.
In addition to those wonderful accomplishments, 5 students are among the top 15,000 nationwide who met all requirements to qualify as finalists in the competition for merit scholarship awards.
Nicholas Chen, Matthew Schmidt, Martin Ferris, Ray Kamura, Sanjana Rajesh.
Conant is proud to provide scholarship opportunities in memory of some of our finest students or staff who have passed away or left a lasting impression. This ensures that their legacies will live on through the vigor, energy, and desire of the recipients. Students, please stand up and be recognized when your name is announced. We will begin with the presentation of the Carrie Burke Memorial Scholarship.
Hello, my name is David Moravec, and it's my honor to present this award. This scholarship was created to honor the memory of one of Conant High School's most special young people. Carrie was taken from us tragically on October 28, 2000 in an alcohol-related accident. She was a dedicated student, a competitive athlete with an infectious smile. She cared more about other people than she did herself. Carrie looked forward to someday becoming a teacher and a coach herself. This scholarship is being offered annually to students who plan on pursuing careers in education and who live a responsible lifestyle while supporting others who do the same. This year, our recipient is Brady Jacobson. Sorry. I have the honor of presenting a second award in memory of Rachel Leary. Rachel was a 2002 graduate who worked tirelessly for many Conant organizations and never settled for anything less than outstanding. She was always concerned about the needs of others and was heavily involved in community service work in her first 2 years at Bradley University. Rachel passed away from heart complications on February 23rd, 2004, having accomplished more in 19 years than many do in a lifetime. This scholarship is for 2 students who have shown similar dedication and activities at Conant High School. Our recipients this year are Francis Akinosho and Yamilith Cortez.
For 30 years, the physicians of Suburban Orthopedics have served as our Kruger team physicians. Over that time, they contributed much to the students, staff, and families of Conant High School. Amongst those contributions is an annual scholarship awarded to one Conant student pursuing a career in healthcare. On the morning of April 17, 2009, Dr. Howard Friedberg was in the operating room at St. Alexis Hospital when there was a great commotion in the area outside the room. They were told that an 18-year-old woman had been brought into surgery with multiple stab wounds. Unfortunately, she did not survive. Later that day, he was to learn that young woman was Conant senior Laura Engelhardt. Laura, along with her father and grandmother, lost their lives that day in an act of domestic violence. That evening, Dr. Friedberg called me to ask if he could rename his Suburban Orthopedics Medical Scholarship to the Laura Engelhardt Scholarship. You see, Laura, her father, and her grandmother were all Dr. Friedberg's patients. Laura was also planning to attend the University of Missouri the next fall to study veterinary medicine. Laura's friends and teachers described her as a caring, intelligent, witty, positive individual with an infectious smile and laugh. She was always upbeat and would do anything for her friends and family. This was evident in the fact that she lost her life trying to defend them. Once again, Suburban Orthopedics has chosen an outstanding individual to receive this award. I've had the opportunity to get to know this individual through athletics since she was a freshman. This year, she is also a student in my anatomy and physiology class. She's an outstanding individual and will make an excellent healthcare professional. It's with great pride that I present the 2021 Laura Engelhardt Memorial Scholarship to Ashley Sleep.
Hello, I'm John Jonan. For 30 years, Conant High School was fortunate enough to have our own Mr. Kruger. Larry Schroeder served Conant High School as a dedicated educator and role model for countless students and staff. As a teacher in the special education department, the gifted program, a student council advisor, and mentor to newly hired teachers, Larry's passion for helping others is evident to everyone. His leadership and passion for life helped to establish Conant traditions such as the hall decorating during homecoming and the Mr. Kruger contest. Larry Schroeder was simply one of the finest examples of what a teacher should be. He was kind, intelligent, supportive, dedicated, hardworking, and creative. The student receiving this award exemplifies all of these traits. The recipient of this year's Larry Schroeder Scholarship is Angelina DeFrancisco.
Hello, my name is Ryan Nathan. It is an honor to be able to present here on behalf of the Fat family. Today, I'd like to take some time to celebrate the legacy of a beloved member of the Conant Kruger family, Graham Fat. It was a pleasure to work with Graham for 2 years in the sports broadcasting club here at Conant. I knew Graham as a considerate, selfless, generous young man with the loyalty and ethical views of someone beyond his years. Graham's character and spirit left an impact on our community so much that our Conant students have organized a project titled Lean on Me that was founded in Graham's memory because Graham was always someone others could lean on. The spirit of the club is to support a school-wide focus on belonging, a value Graham held close to his heart. Conant students will continue to capture the positivity that Graham radiated throughout his life. It is acts of kindness like the Fat family is doing tonight that can truly grasp the essence of Graham's character. And tonight, the Pfaff family will continue his legacy of kind-heartedness by awarding 2 $1,000 scholarships in his honor through the Graham Pfaff Memorial Scholarship Program. Before I present the scholarship to our well-deserving recipients, I'd like to thank Graham's parents, Holly and Dennis, for their generosity. It is an honor to present this award, and on behalf of everyone at Conant, I want to thank you for reminding us what a loving and supportive family we have in this community. This year, we looked for 2 students who had similar qualities to Graham, someone who is a welcoming friend to all and has the ability to connect with anyone they meet. Like Graham, our recipients this year share the same energetic sense of humor and desire to make everyone's day a bit brighter. The recipients of the Graham Pfaff Memorial Scholarship are Lillian Devereaux and Mia Grimaldi.
Every year, teachers have dozens of quality students who brighten our days with their antics and energetic personalities. Many of these students here have been bright spots for me during this difficult year, and it's nice to see some of you for the first time. As I and my peers continue our long careers, we encounter a small handful of students who we remember fondly as exemplary in their academics, athletics, and/or personal character. After almost 25 years of teaching, I can certainly name a handful of these. But only if you are truly and exceptionally blessed do you have a student in your class who teaches you more about life than you could ever teach him or her. I had the fortune of having such a student twice during his 4 years at Conant High School. 2016 graduate Brian Beam was intelligent, personable, a passionate learner, and exuded a maturity that most adults should aspire to. But what made Brian special was the simple yet commanding grace that he went about his day. When he asked me, "How are you?" I could sense with every fiber of his being he was fully present and ready to listen. How many of us can live in the moment like that? Brian left Conant with a dream of serving his country as a naval officer and a nuclear engineer on a submarine. But that dream was cut short when he was diagnosed with brain cancer only 1 year later. He passed away on Christmas Day in 2018. A tremendous life cut tragically short. In his honor, Brian's parents, Bob and Lydia Beam, established the Brian Beam Memorial Scholarship. The recipients of the Brian Beam Memorial Scholarship this year are Nicholas Chen in Social Studies, Christian Kim in Orchestra, and Parveen Mundi in Debate. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Scott Flecka, and tonight I am representing the Flecka family that serves as the board of directors for the Brett R. Flecka Scholarship Fund. I'm a 2003 graduate of Conant High School and a 2007 graduate of Illinois State University, where I majored in mathematics education, with a minor in Spanish. I received my master's degree in curriculum and instruction from National Louis University in 2011, and I'm currently pursuing a second master's degree in educational leadership. I'm currently finishing my 14th year in education, where I'm a math teacher and department chair at Round Lake High School. I also serve as the head varsity football coach. It's a little weird standing on the sideline facing the stands and not having everybody yelling at me and questioning my play calls from behind, so it's a little awkward right now. Tonight, I'm also representing another Conant graduate, my sister Kim, who serves on the board with me. She was a 2006 graduate of Conant High School and a 2009 graduate of Illinois State University, where she majored in psychology with a minor in Spanish and sociology. She then attended graduate school, where she received a master's degree in counseling and art therapy. She is currently a licensed clinical professional counselor and registered art therapist. She currently works at a local therapeutic day school as a counselor for students with social and emotional developmental disabilities. I bring this all up because higher education, as well as Conant High School, means a lot to our family. But the real reason we're here tonight is to honor my older brother, Brett, who was a 2001 Conant graduate that was very active, both academically and athletically, who participated in football, baseball, and the track and field throwing events right here in this stadium. I can't stand here right now without reminding myself of my dad's favorite year of athletics when I was on the sophomore football team and my older brother Brett played right after me. I think he was just happy to have an excuse to get out of work early on Friday, but he tells us he enjoyed watching us play. Brett was a great student that took AP and honors courses, as well as taking part in NHS. During his time at Conant, he found his passion with his elective classes in the Applied Tech Department. CAD drafting was by far one of his favorite classes, and it served as the launching pad for continuing his education in this field. He chose to continue his education at the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, where he received his bachelor's degree in architecture in 2005 and his master's degree in structural engineering in 2007. Post-college, he started his career as a structural engineer at Larson Engineering, where he oversaw many projects that you probably passed through on your daily travels without even realizing it. He oversaw the design and installation of noise walls on the side of Route 53, I-90, I-294, and I-390, as well as some of the design work at the Brookfield Zoo and the iFly in Rosemont. Besides all of that, his major focus was the foundations for wind turbines and wind farms, where he spent many weeks on site in locations like Indiana, Missouri, Washington State, and his favorite at the Kahuku Wind Farm in Hawaii. Personally, my senior year in high school, I was one of the recipients of the Carrie Burke Memorial Scholarship, which was a huge honor considering we should have graduated the same year. Throughout college and my entire teaching career, receiving that award has served as a reminder to me that I was awarded an opportunity that others weren't, and it helped remind me every day of why I chose the career I chose. It helped me push through when I thought I didn't want to do it anymore, when I started doubting myself. Once my brother passed and our family was trying to decide how best to remember him, we decided on a scholarship similar to what I received. Our hope was to assist the student financially while giving them another reason to remain focused and determined in achieving their career goals. This is the second year of the scholarship, and for a while we were worried that we wouldn't have any applicants. Being a high school teacher myself, I reminded my family that procrastination is a virtue for many high school students. Sure enough, we had many last-minute submissions. One application stood out above all others due to the passion and excitement for the architecture field that was readily apparent. My 8-year-old son has been very happy lately because of this year's selection, because I've allowed a lot more screen time after learning about what Minecraft has done for this year's recipient. Who would have thought that a video game can inspire someone to learn more about architectural styles, space, and scale? This year's recipient blew us away with his sketches, photography, and overall passion for architecture. The Board of Directors of the Brett R. Blecker Scholarship Fund are proud to announce Raj Shayani as this year's recipient.
Graduated from Friend in June of 2000 and enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserves because he believed the military would sharpen virtues that could not be taught in a classroom, such as honor, commitment, courage, valor, and camaraderie. Peter was killed in action in Latakia, Iraq on November 11, 2004, after exposing himself to enemy fire to help protect his unit during an ambush. His family established this scholarship in 2005 to honor Peter's memory and his sacrifice, and to thank members of the armed forces, police, and fire departments who risk their lives daily to protect us. The scholarship is open to any graduating senior who intends to join the military, police, or fire department, or whose parent is a current or former member of the U.S. Armed Forces, Police, or Fire Department. The recipient of the Peter J. Giannopoulos Memorial Scholarship is Tegan Whiteside. The District 211 Teachers Union awards $2,000 to one senior at each of the 5 high schools. The recipient of the Alan Prochaska Scholarship is Sanjana Rajesh. of our departments have been enriched by certain students who express an interest and dedication to a particular department or who excel academically in a field. Faculty members of each department were asked to select senior students to receive their departmental award. Now, the department chair or representative will announce these awards. Students, please stand up and be recognized when your name is called.
As principal of Conant High School, I am delighted to present the Administrative Team Award to Hannah Large and Faith Massey.
Hello, Eric LeBlanc, Applied Technology Department Chair. I am very pleased to announce the award to Anthony Pivarati and Tegan Whiteside.
As representative of the art department, I am happy to present the art departmental awards to Francis Sakanosha and Reina Perena.
As chair of the Business Education Department, I am honored to present the Business Education Departmental Award to Disha Patel and Brooke Wortman.
As the chair of the English department, I am elated to present the English Department Award to Hannah Large and Adya Verma.
As chair of the ESL Department, I am honored to present the ESL Departmental Awards to Esther Francia Martinez and Zeynep Gomez-Phillips.
As chair of the Family and Consumer Science Department, I'm overjoyed to present the Family and Consumer Science Departmental Award to Peyton Angelis and Kate Holian.
As the patriarch of the mathematics department, I am thrilled to present the mathematics departmental awards to Lovely Jane and Ashay Parikh.
As the chair of the music department, I am pleased to present the music departmental awards to Neha Kakatura for band, Logan Kennelly for choir, and Christian Kim for orchestra.
As the representative of science, I am happy to present the Science Department Award to Matt Schmidt and Alia Verma.
As the representative of the Social Studies Department, I am delighted to present the Social Studies Department Awards to Faith Massey and Sanjana Rajesh.
As chair of the Special Services Department, I am elated to present the Special Services Department Award to Tia Greer and Sebastian Zaleski.
As the chair of Student Services, I am overjoyed to present the Student Services Departmental Award to Yami Cortez, Donna Khatib, and Victoria Kolova.
As chair of the Wellness Program, I'm pleased to present the Wellness Departmental Award to Tyler Hurd and Grant Cradle.
Buenas tardes. As the department chair of World Language, I am honored to present 3 World Language Department Awards. First, from the French Department, Donna Khatib. From the Spanish, Victoria Koleva. And from our Chinese program, Avril Fiel Mauro.
Congratulations to all of our departmental award recipients and all of the students that are being honored here tonight. For those of you who have won a scholarship, directions and a contact person for your scholarship are on a pink sheet of paper in your envelope. And now, I'd like to introduce your principal, Mrs. Novak, to close out this evening's honors convocation.
This concludes the 40th honors convocation. Your awards and certificates will be passed out to you by administrators. At this time, I would ask that all the participants in the back row go to the north side awards table. The participants in the first row, please head to the south side awards table. Before I start dismissal, I would like to take a moment and thank our Conant boosters for organizing a special treat bag for our honorees this evening, which are at the refreshments table as you're leaving the stadium. Also at the table, you'll find the updated insert that was already referred to. Students, we have 2 award areas. Last names starting with A through M will be going to the table on the north side of the track. That way. Last names M through Z will go to the table at the south side of the track. Please practice social distancing as you exit today's ceremony. Thank you very much for bearing through the weather and attending today.